So I'll be giving the chairman's speech. So dear shareholders, good afternoon again and a warm welcome to all of you. I trust you and your family are happy and in good health. Keeping in mind the growing interest of new generation of investors in virtual meetings and for ease of attending the AGM for shareholders residing in different parts of the country, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has further allowed the companies to hold AGMs by means of video conferencing. I hope you are catching up with the time and you are comfortable attending the AGM online, as many of you are doing already. You must have had an opportunity to go through the 63rd annual report of the company for the year ended 31st March 24, which provides enough information about the state of affairs of the company. Further, the management discussion and analysis statement, which is forming part of the annual report, particularly focuses on what is the industry structure and the business performance of your company, which is part of that industry. Now, coming to the financial highlights for the year ended 31st March 24. During the year under review, the net revenue from operations slipped by about 24% from 1,090 crores for financial year 22-23 to rupees 628 crores, largely due to adverse global economic conditions, the inventory destocking, and the continuous pressure on sales realizations or sales prices. So we felt sorry about that, but there was things beyond our control, and that is why the company's performance in the last year has been lower. The profit before tax declined by 81% from 104 crores in 22-23 to rupees 20 crores on account of the challenges, as I mentioned earlier, in both international business and also sharp decline in the sales realization or sales prices. Consequently, the net profit after tax for the year decreased by 81% from 78 crores to 15 crores. The reserves, excluding revaluation reserves, as on 31st March 24, are rupees 1069 crores. During the year, reflecting the business performance, CRISIL Limited reviewed and revised its rating outlook on the long-term bank facilities of the company to negative from stable, while reaffirming the rating on long-term bank facilities at CRISIL A1, A1 plus, and on short-term bank facilities at CRISIL A1. Now, coming to the dividend for the year ended 31st March 2024. Your directors have recommended a dividend of rupees 5.50, which is 110% per equity share of the face value of rupees 5 each, as against the dividend of rupees 11.25%, rupees 11.25, which was 25% paid for the previous financial year 22-23. As you can appreciate, that the company's performance has suffered. We have tried to match the dividend payout along and the expectations of the shareholders, trying to be as much as possible, at the same time taking care of the company's interest. I hope you will appreciate the reduction in dividend, but we have tried to be equitable and fair as much as possible. Coming to the results for the first quarter of ended 30th June 2024. I'm sure all of you have noted that your company has announced the unaudited financial results for the first quarter of the current financial year 24-25 on the 9th of August 24. The result for the first quarter was encouraging. In the first quarter, the company's revenue from operations improved by 13% at rupees 265 crores compared to rupees 234 crores in the previous quarter, that is the immediately preceding quarter. The growth in the revenue was due to higher sales volume and better prices being realized. As a result, the profit after tax increased to rupees 31 crores compared to rupees 7 crores in the previous quarter. That is registering a growth of 330%. I'm sure all of you are happy with that. Excel has regularly invested in expanding production capacities, technological developments, and sustainability practices. I'm happy to state that we have always benefited from these efforts in the form of better market share, greater customer satisfaction, and a healthier environment. Now coming to the outlook for 24-25. It looks encouraging with the financial year starting on a good note, like I just shared about the first quarter. The demand seems to be picking up, but of course this is not to say that there are no challenges. There are still challenges on both the price front and the logistics front. The monsoon overall in this year was good. However, as all of us are aware, the patterns of monsoon or weather in general that used to prevail, where one could predict that, okay, in this month this will happen and all that, those days are gone. Now we are living very much in the climate change era, and no weather can be predicted. Something can happen suddenly. So monsoon overall this year was good. However, it gathered momentum little late. It was only in August and September that we had the proper monsoon. Due to good rain, this was for the Kharif season. And we have seen some benefit of that as reflected in the first quarter. And the good thing about the late rain and the reasonably good rains is that the good rain will ensure that the soil moisture is good in the farms and the reservoir levels have also improved as a result. Therefore, the forthcoming season, the Rabi season of farming, is expected to be better than the Kharif season. This augurs well for the demand for some of our products. Though we are optimistic, still from the monsoon perspective, we will treat cautiously. Like I said, the climate change cannot be ignored anymore, and any time it can strike, it may affect different people, different segments of the economy, of the nation and all that. So we have to be ready with a lot of things which may happen, which you do not want, and a lot of things which may happen, which you did not predict. Now let me touch upon the business sustainability and social responsibility aspect of your company. Over the past year, your company's journey has underscored that sustainability is far more than a corporate buzzword. And for your company, it is a very fundamental aspect for the business strategy. Our commitment to sustainability arises from the conviction that our long-term success is deeply intertwined with the health of our planet and the well-being of the communities that we serve. I will be perhaps elaborating a little later also on this, but just now suffice it to say that we are committed to sustainability. This is part of our DNA and we have always done this and believed in it. So, which brings me to the next para, that the sustainable practices have been a part of our DNA for a long time. For example, we had usage of sewage water and wind power at our factories more than 20 years back. We have been continuing to practice sustainability. For example, recently in the last year, we have gone in for a solar power project which will help replace the fossil power for fossil fuel generated power, thereby addressing the climate change issue on one side by going for renewable energy. At the same time, it will be a cheaper source of energy, so it will help the bottom line as well. So many times I've heard this debate that if you want to be sustainable, it will cost you more, so it will affect your bottom line or your results and all that. We believe that it is not so. You can both be economically viable as well as sustainable. So economy and ecology can go together is the kind of belief that we have. And this is one example of that. Coming to the next part, with advancing technology, rapid urbanization, and infrastructure development, managing the e-waste has become increasingly crucial. Your company has developed solutions for recycling e-waste. And of course, all of you are aware that we have been at managing the city waste and converting into compost, as also the initiative that we have taken for the construction and demolition waste recently. We are proud to report that your company has been working for reducing the greenhouse gas emissions and will further focus on reducing our carbon footprint in coming years. Our initiatives in renewable energy sources, particularly solar power, which I just referred to, that we have gone in for a project during the last year, will not only lower our carbon emissions but also contribute to the global fight against climate change. These initiatives will also help reduce the cost of energy substantially, along with making us self-sufficient in terms of fulfilling the in-house power requirement. Through our associate company, we promote the cultivation of seaweed to help mitigate the effects of climate change and support the coastal communities by contributing to the blue economy. It's just a word or two on this one. Seaweeds are a kind of vegetation which grows in the sea, so it does not need land, it does not need fresh water, does not need any fertilizer, etc. And it grows so fast that it absorbs carbon dioxide both from the atmosphere and also from the oceans. And thereby it helps in mitigating or reducing the climate change effect. So this is an initiative that we have taken, and we are in a company which is an associate company in which there are other partners also, and we are pursuing this. And we hope to see the results coming soon. Coming to the next part regarding innovation. Innovation remains at the core of our sustainability efforts, as also our basic commercial efforts, as we have adopted advanced technologies to enhance resource management, improve the energy efficiency, and minimize the waste. So innovation is for various things, and this is one dimension of that, or a few dimensions of that, besides, of course, giving new products, new markets, new applications, etc. Our responsibility extends beyond the environmental impact as well. Your company firmly believes in giving back to the society, to the communities and the society in which we operate. Our CSR initiatives encompass rainwater harvesting, promotion of sustainable agriculture, women's empowerment, educational support, preventive healthcare aid, and many other things that we do. We are very proud and very happy that we are able to do this, and we have a wonderful team and also partner NGOs who do the work along with us. And of course, our own people are fully committed, and we are supporting and doing these activities. And it gives great pleasure and joy to see the kind of effort that go in and the results that they bring. Through these programs, we are positively impacting the lives of farmers and rural communities, fostering their economic development and enhancing social well-being, along with care for the environment. Your company is dedicated to cultivate an inclusive and diverse workplace, upholding fair labor practices and ensuring the dignity of all the employees. By strengthening our governance framework, we ensure that our sustainability goals are seamlessly integrated into every aspect of our business. Our Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report, that is BRSR report, offers a comprehensive view of the progress on these various initiatives. Looking ahead, we remain committed towards our objective to build a sustainable future. We will continue to adopt sustainable practices and technologies, engage with stakeholders to understand and address their concerns, and adopt and adapt our strategies to meet evolving environmental and social challenges. We aim to create an ideal organization where business growth harmonizes with environmental stewardship and social equity. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our shareholders for their enduring trust and support, both for the business purposes as also for this kind of initiatives that we take on the social front or on the voluntary front. Your belief in our capabilities and mission remains our greatest strength. Together, we are building a resilient and sustainable organization that not only enhances shareholder value but also contributes positively towards the environment and society. Let us continue to strive towards our shared vision of making a meaningful impact in the lives of all the stakeholders. Your support in this journey has been invaluable and will continue to be invaluable to us. In conclusion, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all our stakeholders who have been instrumental in our progress thus far. Your unwavering support and commitment have been a bedrock of our success. I am sure you would like to join me in thanking all my colleagues on the board of directors, the management team, the colleagues who remain committed to achieve better performance. The board of directors, as I just mentioned, that our old colleagues on the board, many of them have had to step down, but we have a wonderful set of new colleagues who are there. We will be introducing, and I look forward to their contribution, some fresh thinking that will come from them.
I'm delighted to address you as we reflect on the year gone by and move into the future. Though demand was sluggish and prices subdued, our journey is one of resilience, adaptation, and growth. We maintained volumes and market share, and efficient working capital management allowed us to sail through with stability and strength. Our journey during the financial year 23-24 was on undergoing a strategic transformation. Rather than simply turning around existing operations, your company is embracing a comprehensive transformation. This involves evaluating every aspect of our business, opening up new horizons while nurturing our core strengths. The transformation also includes discontinuing what is no longer viable. An important step in this area was exiting the municipal solid waste processing space in Ahmedabad. This decision has freed up the company's resources to pursue more promising opportunities. In terms of opening up new business on new horizons, a significant achievement was securing a multi-year contract from a major multinational customer for specialty chemical manufacturing. We also launched a new specialty chemical, a downstream derivative of one of our existing products at our Lote site. This product launch will enable us to expand our range of offerings to multinational customers in Europe and in Asia, further solidifying our market presence. In the E&BT division, your company has ventured into two new business lines, namely construction and demolition waste recycling and material recovery facilities. These projects represent a commitment to driving sustainability by transforming waste into a valuable resource, minimizing waste that lands up in landfills. Our technological strengths are finding acceptance overseas and fulfilling global needs for sustainable solutions. We have successfully installed our composting solutions in Maldives and continue to expand our presence in global markets such as Chile and Philippines. I'm pleased to share a significant development that reinforces sustainability as the core of our operations. We're proud to announce that we have made investments in renewable solar projects that will transform how we power our operations of the company. With this project, approximately 50% of your company's energy requirements will be met through renewable energy. This ambitious project is part of our broader commitment to sustainability and environmental stewardship. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our retiring directors for their invaluable contribution to the company over their tenure. Looking ahead, we are poised to capitalize on emerging opportunities both in our core businesses and in new ventures. Our strategic focus on expanding contract manufacturing capabilities, coupled with commitment to sustainability, positions us well for future growth. We will continue to adapt, innovate, and strive for excellence, guided by our strong foundation of trust and reputation. I would like to thank each of you for your continued support and partnership. Together, we are building a future that is not only successful.
The third AGM of your company. Transformation for growth represents our solid commitment to continuous improvement and our vision to lead with agility in a rapidly evolving global landscape. This transformation positions us for enduring success driven by innovation, excellence, and a relentless focus on serving our customers better. The past few years have tested our resilience against uncertainties. Despite these challenges, we have maintained our focus on transformation and growth. Our strategic, customer centric approach, operational improvements, and targeted marketing efforts are key drivers of our progress. Our strong legacy and governance continue to attract valuable partnerships, reinforcing our market position. We are consistently focused on maintaining our market leadership in existing products, which forms the cornerstone of our strong foundation. This stability enables your company to explore new avenues, including new applications, which help major existing as well as emerging sectors to indigenize. We are looking forward to new opportunities in contract manufacturing space, as well as possibilities to expand into new business verticals. During the year, we secured a long-term agreement with a leading multinational corporation, which underscores our expertise in high-value chemicals and opens new growth avenues. Excellence, integrity, and customer centricity remain at the core of our operations. Your company's continuous investment in R&D are pivotal to our success. By introducing new technologies and optimizing existing processes, we maintain the cost leadership and enhance our contract manufacturing capabilities. I'm pleased to welcome our new board of directors, whose fresh perspectives and valuable experience will greatly contribute to our transformation journey. Their expertise will further strengthen our governance and align with our growth objectives, ensuring we stay ahead in the industry. Looking ahead, we are optimistic about the opportunities in the contract manufacturing sector. The growing trend of companies outsourcing manufacturing to focus on R&D and product innovation presents significant growth potential for us. Our reputation, our ethical standards, and proactive approach position us well to capitalize on these opportunities. We will continue to enhance our R&D capabilities and adopt new technologies to meet our customers' high standards. This dedication to innovation and excellence will drive our transformation and growth. In closing, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our employees, customers, partners, and investors, and all of you present here. Your support
the company and its working and asking some interesting questions. What I propose to do is I've clubbed the questions into a set of questions which are similar. So whether it was asked by Mr. A or Mr. B, but we will combine them and then the answers will be given subject-wise. So let me start with responding to the questions. There are questions pertaining to new partnerships, contract manufacturing, contract and development manufacturing or operations, new business verticals received. So these are the questions in this area have been received from Mr. Nikhil Upadhyay, Mr. Samar Singh, and Mr. Ravi Mehta. So I would like to respond, start with the response to all of them. So yes, we secured a multi-year contract from a key multinational company for a specialty chemical. Another case where we got a contract was we had an established relationship with the Indian arm of a multinational company for a number of years. And we took this relationship further to engage with the overseas affiliate of the same customer, which means that multinational company was operating in India. Now we have also been able to reach out to their another company located in another country. We are also engaging with some of our other existing customers to expand our relationship by exploring potential opportunities with their companies or with their other affiliates located elsewhere. We will be leveraging on our existing manufacturing capabilities and infrastructure, as well as investing in additional capabilities and infrastructure across the sites that we have. As you are aware, we have got 3 sites, and we have already very good facilities. Where needed, they can be redeployed. Where needed, an addition can be done or some expansion can be done to accommodate the new requirement. The multi-year contract which we secured last year was based on the existing capabilities. That is, as you are all aware, that we have been a very established company. We have been handling various hazardous processes, chemicals, raw materials, etc. So our expertise lies in handling these hazardous chemicals and processes. Has come to, let's say, that has been the reason why this company, which was looking for outsourcing the product, have approached us, and it has now resulted into the contract that we got. And we will continue to leverage this kind of existing capacities, both in the existing chemistries like phosphorus chemistry, as also in other adding new chemistries and technologies to our portfolio. Given our strengths and focus on manufacturing and the opportunity size, we see good scope of growth and margin for the CMO business and the CDMO business. That is contract manufacture, and where we use something existing, and the CDMO represents where you have to do a development and then it results in the business. The revenues from the above mentioned contracts with multinationals are expected to start flowing from the last quarter of this financial year. We have started working on enhancing our people capabilities and infrastructure. Concurrently, we have also started engaging with customers for further contract manufacturing. Currently, we are working on a couple of other opportunities and are looking to add more during the course of the year. So in a way, it's a new area, and in a way, it uses the available strength with the company. So it's a combination, good combination of what you already have and what you can do further. So this is the broad picture on the contract manufacturing capabilities, the long-term contracts that we have got, etc. Now coming to another question, which is from the same people. What is the question is on outlook for the 24-25, that is the current year, in terms of top line and bottom line. What I would like to respond is that the 23-24 was an exceptionally bad year. It happens only once in a while. So we have seen the result of that. We had a reduction in the sales and profits. That was the last year's picture. There were several factors, as all of you are very well aware, that today the word geopolitics is something which affects all of us at any time of the day or night, and we have to be ready with that. But this was a year in which somehow there were many factors which combined to result in our poor performance. Otherwise, for example, typically what happens is that you are selling a product in a particular segment. So either in one country or in one geography, there is a market, but another one is not having the market. But all markets going down together does not happen together. Last year was something like that it is all markets in which we operate had a depression. So that is how it resulted in a sluggish demand, and also the prices got affected adversely. Now coming to the first quarter of this year, 23-24, we saw, or 24-25, we saw a revival in volumes as well as improvement in the price realizations in some of the products. So it was like after a very bad year, some revival, some changes for positive changes, which gives us hope and encouragement for looking at the year further. For many of our product lines, we are in direct competition with China. In fact, some of you have raised that point also, that how are you dealing with China? What about the Europe and all that? So let me answer that. As is well known, China is present in all markets, all products, and all geographies. So, and since they are a non-market economy, their cost of production has nothing to do with the real cost. They can either subsidize it, they can suppress it. It depends on their partly, I would say, whims and fancies or their own national priority. So company, what it does not matter. So for many of our products, we have competition with China. In these products, the Chinese have built up huge capacities. See, for us, we have to borrow money and we have to pay an interest. In China, probably many companies don't have to do that. The money just comes and you put up the capacity, irrespective of what is the demand. So obviously, there's a lot of surplus. When they like, they can export. When they like, they don't export. So, and many times when the Chinese economy is doing well, the product is not available, prices go up. When the Chinese economy is down, they say, okay, we will export it. So due to this kind of phenomena, we continue to see the pressure on pricing many times. And we are not alone. Many companies, many sectors face this. However, even the beginning of this year and the last year being exceptionally bad. So with the Q1 performance of this year, we are, I would say, cautiously optimistic that the rest of the year also will follow this kind of trend, and we will be able to put up a better performance and give better results. This is the hope. How many of you have asked questions which are somewhat specific. All of you are aware about our large presence, large business in the agrochemical intermediates. So question about agrochemicals, which are where these products go. There are some interesting questions that you have asked. So the questions are, what is the total revenue that we have or revenue exposure we have through the two products that we have, which go into a product called chlorpyrifos or CPP for short. So DETC and NATCP. How much is the sale of DETC? How much is it linked to chlorpyrifos? What percentage of sales is linked to CPP? How is the demand supply dynamics getting around? And especially one of you have referred to even the prolongation of the ban that was feared in US market that has been prolonged. So how will it affect us? These are some of the questions that some of you have asked. So my response is that we have been successful in reducing our CPP related exposure over the years, and that we are fully aware of this, that yes, it is the sale of a major product like DETC is linked to CPP. So if something happens to CPP, it affects the company adversely. We are aware of that. And we have been making efforts to reduce the dependence both on CPP as also on getting into other areas. So we will continue to work on this. But however, when as one of you mentioned, that in the USA, if it was feared that there will be a ban, and the ban did not happen, so the US market opened up, and some of the exporters from India also got an opportunity. So we will take benefit of that. But we are aware that yes, there are uncertainties, and we have to be ready. We have to have both a short-term, a medium-term, and long-term view on how do we deal with this kind of situation. The next question is, I have already answered that the reinstatement of tolerance levels for CPP residues in US is a favorable development. Yes, and we have seen a positive impact. So that is good. But it's no guarantee for long term. So we have to be ready for the other scenario also. Coming to the question of what is the domestic demand and what is our share in DETC in the domestic market. So we have a very high capacity of global scale in the DETC, and we are reasonably, when it is done on a proper cost plus basis, we are quite competitive. As I referred to China can act whichever way they like. So at that time you cannot compare. But otherwise we are quite competitive. Our efficiencies are good. Our cost structure is good. And we have a major market share in the DETC. We have been a long-term player. Some restructuring in the industry has also happened. Some of the producers have exited. Some are rethinking, etc. So these are good developments from our point of view. And obviously we are keeping track and ensuring that we continue to have a good share at the same time. long term, medium term, and long term, we have preparedness for the other scenarios. Next question that you have asked is what is the product portfolio percentage? So agrochemicals related, pharma related, polymer related, specialty related, what is the share? So our idea was to improve the mix of specialty products, and in that, what is the contribution of these products, and it across how many products? This is further questions. Mention of new specialty chemical, which is a downstream derivative of one of the existing products at Lotte site. Can you throw some light on that? What is the market opportunity? What is the application? Then next point is about the website states that currently we have 3 APIs, fexofenadine, febuxostat, and teneligliptin. All of them are part of the pharma division. So are the revenues spread evenly across all these 3 APIs, or are they different is another question. And why the pharma division has remained small? Why are we not able to scale it up? These are the questions that have been asked. Then some of the the other questions, further questions are we seeing any benefit of China plus one factor or shifting of the chemical industry away from Europe is the question. What are the main products which will determine the business trajectory going forward? Are our capacities fungible between various between various products? So these are some of the questions that have been asked by the people, the shareholders, whom I mentioned earlier. Now coming to our response, let me come to that. So one of the things is, as part of the specialty chemicals division, there are the organophosphonate product range, and there are biocides that we are in. These are the major product ranges in the specialty chemical. Organophosphonates are a very versatile range of products which go into several applications. Examples are detergents, water treatment, corrosion inhibition, sequestration, cleaners, etc., etc. The new product finds application in water treatment, soaps and detergents, and the cleaner segment. So that is in terms of the organophosphonates. I would slightly expand on that beyond what has been given. Is that these are, like I said, they are very versatile products, and it's the property of the product that can find its application in many areas. So we are continuously exploring those areas. Some are, let's say, existing markets, some are new markets that are coming up, some new emerging trends. We are able to see the trends and able to find an application of these products into that. And the organophosphonates is a very broad word. There are several products under that category, and each of them serve a particular segment of the market. Sometimes they are combinations, and they do a good job. The biocides are also something that we have been one of the pioneers in India, and we continue to enjoy a good market share. It's quite good, and we see a good possibility even in that segment, because the need for hygiene, need for longer shelf life of products, etc., is growing, and biocides will play an important part in that. So from a smaller range of products, we are expanding the range, and would like to be an active player in that biocide segment. Now coming to the pharma products, the febuxostat and teneligliptin value chains account for majority of the pharma revenues. The other one is fexofenadine is lower. The strategy we have adopted is to focus on niche molecules, and we would like to be an integrated player where we start at the basic stage or basic intermediate stage and go to the final API. So there is an inherent cost advantage. I agree with some of the questions in your raised is that the market share of pharma has been relatively low. How can we expand is something that we are working on. There are no immediate answers, but we are on the search of answers. Coming to the question of China and Europe, we do see opportunities in the medium and long term due to the shifting of manufacturing from China and EU. Coming to China, the periodic disruption of supplies from China works in our favor, as the whole world is discovering that while Chinese may be the lowest price suppliers, but their reliability factor is not good. How they make it, where they make it, what will they do tomorrow? Suddenly there can be from export subsidy, it goes to export incentive and all that. One does not know. So I think a lot of people have burnt their fingers in China, which is working in favor of India. So people will not look at only China. They would say, okay, even if you are costlier, I would like to look at you as an alternative. Obviously, they cannot go too far beyond that. So we are working on taking advantage of this by this opportunity by focusing on contract manufacturing opportunities. As many of you may be aware that many European companies, many American companies, many companies, multinationals, they went to China because they were offering very good manufacturing capabilities, and they were able to do it very cheap. But when suddenly things change in China and the way China is hardening its stand and the kind of geopolitical forces are acting, I think people are looking to an alternate to China, which is called the China Plus One, or you can say India emerging as a new opportunity. So we are aware of that, and we would ensure that we are beneficiary of that based on our capabilities. Coming to the European, both producers and Europe as a market, many of the European suppliers or manufacturers, as we are aware, are suffering at the moment because they were over-dependent on Russia for their raw materials like gas, etc. So they are going through a lot of pressure. So many of them are taking various steps to reduce the cost, getting rid of the existing employees, etc., etc. So we see an opportunity either to be a supplier to them, or we can supply to the customers that they were serving. So these are the opportunities that we have looked at. The focus areas for the company will be the agro field, agrochemicals and other agro solutions, performance chemicals, phosphorus derivatives, new chemistries, etc. So this is the answer to the questions that were raised, which I grouped them together. Now coming to the next question is about what kind of capital expenditure we are looking at in the next 2 years. What will be the payback? My response would be that CapEx will be aligned to the focus growth areas identified by us, which I just mentioned. Definitive announcements will be made at an appropriate time when we go for a particular project, when we get the board approval, when we announce that at that time it will be made. It cannot be generalized. So I hope you appreciate that it can't be put right now as to what it will be. About the overall strategy, there are questions. So some of you have used the word, what is when you say you are ready for transformation for growth. So what is it? Of course, Mr. Ravi Shroff mentioned in his statement about what kind of transformation we are looking at. Let me, in short, say that the transition from being a product-driven company to a customer-centric company is the general journey, and that's a key component of the transformation. For example, the securing a multi-year contract with an existing company, multinational company, is one kind of transition where we focus on a particular customer and serve his needs is one way to do it. Similarly, fulfillment of customer needs will be a key focus area, and our actions in the area of talent building, geographical expansion, product R&D, technology development, and resource allocation will be aligned with this. 1 minute. I would like, Ravi Bhai, would you like to expand on this transformation that
to develop products as well as solutions that allow us to serve our customers better. And as Shunbai mentioned, investing in the key talent, the key technologies, integrating with opportunities that our customers will be presenting to us and integrating with their plans as to how they wish to grow their businesses. So that will be the core. So there will be our internal resources will be aligned to achieve these kind of objectives. And that's the theme of the transformation.
let's come back to the yeah. So then the next question is about the R&D. A specific question about R&D facility and what about new product development. Here also I would request Ravi Bhai, but the whatever I've gone through, and I'll just respond and request Ravi Bhai to expand. So our R&D is working on new products and new technologies in alignment with our focus areas, which I elaborated earlier. Our R&D team could complete the development of contract manufacturing product, after which we secured the multi-year contract. So this is one tangible output from the kind of, and it's not only R&D in the traditional sense, it is the team, which is our competent team, which has been able to give the assurance to the customer. Here the site organization also was involved, the site facilities, how to deal with the hazardous products or process, how to deal with the effluent that is generated. All this is part of the capability which gave confidence to the customer that here is a company on whom I can rely, and we will have a reliable partner who will be able to give the product that we are looking for. Coming to the new areas, we have identified some focus areas and focus technologies and products for development in 24-25, and we are working on the same. Okay. So, Ravi Bhai, would you like to add to about the R&D part?
Yes. So R&D will play a very, very crucial role in growth journey, because the entire change that is happening in the global scenario, the requirement of India in terms of being positioned as a supplier to multinationals, to global firms. As we see them, we are also aligning our internal R&D and resources to capitalize and cater to that. So two things are happening at the R&D front. One is incorporation of new technologies which are required for manufacturing and what we are envisioning the requirement of future products. Second change we are doing at R&D is also we are making cross-functional teams which are approaching projects instead of products. So how do we deliver effectively, and how do we deliver these with agility? How do we sort of align with our customer requirements, customer objectives, market objectives? This is the core change that we have undertaken at R&D.
Okay, thank you, Ravi. Before we proceed further with further questions and all that, I would like to acknowledge the contribution made by Mr. Ravi Shroff, Rishi Shroff, Pradeep, Mr. Devendra Doshi, all our other colleagues, both at the HO, head office, as also at the factories. We have a wonderful team, and this whole journey of transformation has been envisaged by them. Company, we have to follow the standard Indian accounting standards, IAS. And as per that, we are not required to do this because we are not a direct stakeholder in that. So we are following these standard, and that's why we are not required to do this. I hope, Mr. Garg, you are okay with this. The other question is, what was the price drop and volume drop last year in our business? Well, this I've in a way mentioned earlier, that the year was a bad year for many of the people in the industry. That's why the volumes and all geographies were not performing. That is why this happened. So I hope I have already answered that question. Waste handling business, what is the roadmap for scale up? Now here I would like to share a few thoughts. Some are philosophical thoughts at a broader level, we as India, as a society. Another is global society. And waste handling. Waste is, so I would just like to share, Mr. Rishi Shroff has shared some of the specific thoughts he has shared about what we are looking at and all that. But what I would like to say is, a waste is a waste till you put it to some use, then it becomes a resource. So one of the identified areas of waste management we did was about almost 25, 30 years back, was the city waste, because our cities were dirty and all that, and we were one of the pioneers. Unfortunately, while we have been an early player, both the irresponsibility of the waste generator and also some vested interest by the ULBs or the municipalities, along with the people involved in the bureaucrats, the contractors, etc., has not allowed it to be scaled up properly. So while we are very proud of our contribution, it has not been a very, in terms of business prospects and all that, we have made attempts. We have developed different models from centralized to decentralized to service model and all that. But unless the waste generator would like to do something about it, there's a limit up to which the technology and people like us can do something. So we will have a proper look at the waste management business in terms of the municipal solid waste and put ourselves in the proper place where we are able to do a good job and earn some revenues and profits out of that. One of the things that Mr. Rishi Shroff mentioned was we are looking at geographies outside India. So we have looked at Philippines earlier, we have looked at Maldives recently. All small island countries suffer from these kind of things. Many developing countries suffer from that. But it's not a very easy story. So to take it beyond, I would say that waste, the municipal waste or the waste that we generate as humans is not the only waste. There are many other wastes which are there. So we are going to expand our scope of work. For example, the electronic waste is a new opportunity. Plastic, how it can be recycled can be an opportunity. Energy can be another area. So we are looking at, with an open mind, we are looking at many other opportunities. But don't expect a very quick scale up with a great profitability and all that. So we will have to do it cautiously. We will pick up the right opportunities. If it makes sense, both from business point of view and serving a purpose, then we will take it up. Otherwise, we will not just expand for the sake of expanding. Okay, the next question that I would like to address is that in the report it is mentioned, and what one of the questions is that the agro products that have been highlighted in our annual report, are these going to be launched in retail, in domestic market, or are they for B2B? Are they for export? Where will they go? What will happen? So let me answer this way. Number one, these are in a way an extension of the products that we already have, which will be able to serve some of the emerging problems that are being faced by agriculture. So it's in a way an extension of the products. They are not pesticides, they are not fertilizers, they are facilitators for a farmer in terms of what his problems are or what his opportunities are. How can we be of help to them? These have been developed relatively recently, so they are what can be called as concept products, which have been launched. And from the time that we were a very active player in the agrochemicals, in which we were even present nationwide and internationally in the even business of packed products, formulated products, branded products, we don't have that infrastructure right now. And these are products which are concept products. So it's not that there's a ready market for that. We are working on developing the market. There are both B2B models, there are B2C models. There is also, as all of us are aware, today we are living in a world of e-commerce. Amazon as a word keeps coming up every now and then. Oh, you just order it on Amazon. So there are Amazons available even in the agro field. So we are going to use those also. So we'll need to have a little patience. The products are good. They are already wherever they have been used. The farmers have been happy, but it has been done on a relatively small scale. So we need to expand it. We'll find right partners for B2B. B2C, we might do through e-commerce, and we will see how to do it. So these are young products. It will take some time for them to, and they are an extension of the available products and expertise that we have. One more question about the waste management business. Is it people oriented or is it a O&M oriented business and all that? So I already given you the answer to that. The business itself has got certain inherent issues. So we will do it with caution. We will not just expand just like that. Similarly, about the tendering process is something that is not a very easy process for waste management. There are various kinds of interests, and it's not an easy market. So we'll do it cautiously. Whenever we are able to do it properly, we'll do it. For example, the Maldives contract we got as a part of the World Bank tender. So that was a fairly transparent process. We did not have any risk. But in India, it is a difficult process. So we will not do just like that, go ahead very rapidly. And the next question is about what is the benefit we have and what are the risks. So I already told you what are the inherent risks that are there. In India, there are several inherent risks. So we'll do it with caution. That's the short point. Okay. The one question which has come subsequently probably is what is our domestic market share for DETC? It is above 60%. So we are a major shareholder, market shareholder. The economics of C&D waste recycling project at Rajkot. One of you wanted to know what is happening to that. So let me tell you how the tender process in India, how it can go haywire and how you become a victim rather than a beneficiary. The tender, after we got the lowest L1 tender, then the municipality came up with a requirement that you must build a wall around your premises, you must build a roof because the dust should not go out and all that. These were not provided for in the original tender. So we did not provide for it in the cost. But the cost went up because they said you must do this. So with this kind of approach by the municipalities and all that, or the tender authorities, we have to go very cautiously. We can't just go overboard and say that here is a very good project. So we'll do it with caution. We will do it properly whenever it makes sense, short term and long term, then we will do it. Next question is about from waste to biogas. Is there an opportunity? Yes, opportunity is there, but we have to deal with it properly. We have put up one plant for the Chiplun municipality that is working quite well. It was generally a pleasant experience, but it was a relatively small project. On bigger scale, now as you may have read, even the government itself has become quite active. The large dairies that we have, for example, the Banas dairy, recently, I think 6 months back, the PM himself was there, or Mr. Amit Shah was there. They inaugurated. It's a very large project. They're a very large source of the animal waste available, so they can put up a very large project. So it's a good area, but whether we are the right people or we can be one of the players, we have to see it properly. Next question is about the closure of the Ahmedabad waste processing plant. Yes, it has been, as has been mentioned earlier, that it was a bit of a drain on the company. It was not giving revenues, and it was even at operational level, there were problems. So we have closed that plant with the full cooperation of the municipality, and the annual savings will be of the order of about 1.5 crore. So it's not that it's going to make a big impact, but it was a drain and we have reduced that drain. Okay, the next question is about the R&D facility. I think we have dealt with R&D to a good extent. Myself and Ravi Bhai, we have already dealt with that, so I won't go into it again. What kind of effort we are making in R&D area. So that has been mentioned. Okay, any other one? Yeah. Okay. Please provide an update on the raw material situation. So yes, as a company, we have not just one or two products that we purchase or raw materials that we purchase. There are quite a few. Some are more critical, some are less critical. Some have gone through during Corona time and later thanks to the international logistics problems. So last 3-4 years has been a very bad period in which it was very difficult to predict what can be done. So just citing phosphorus as an example, I would say earlier, as some of you might be aware, we used to be a producer. We had to close down our plant thanks to China and dumping from China. And so we are currently dependent on import from some countries who produce this. It has been difficult, not an easy thing, but I would say none of our plants based on phosphorus have closed down at any point of time. We have managed the inventories, the logistics and all that. So we have been able to do that. Many other raw materials have gone through ups and downs. Some which were available at 30 rupees became 130 and have come back to 30, 40, 50, etc. So these are, as I said earlier, we are in a very difficult. You have to be very close to monitoring the situation and be ready with an answer. The answer may be on the right, answer may be on the left. You have to be ready with all kinds of answers. Give the answer and come on top of the situation or minimize the waste. This is what is the situation. Okay, going further. Next question is about the investment that we have made in the solar power project. When will it be commissioned and what will be the cost saving? You will be happy to know that the project is already implemented. It started in June. It has already started supplying power to us. The investment has been a little over 5 crores. It was commissioned in June, as I said, and annually we expect to save a good amount of money. So the project payback period is extremely good. It is less than 1 year. And you will be happy to know that about 50% of our power requirement, electricity requirement, will be fulfilled through this solar project that we have invested in. The investment has been relatively modest because it has been like a joint venture and it will supply a good part of our electricity and it will help us to be more sustainable using renewable power without generating any greenhouse gas. It will be a cheaper power and the investment that we have made will be returned back in a relatively short time. So one can say it's a win-win-win kind of a project. So this is something good and we are happy that we have done this. And just to slightly digress, but like I mentioned earlier as part of my statement, this is not a kind of very new initiative that we have taken. This has been part of our way of working, our DNA, you might call it. When our factories like in Bhavnagar that we had earlier with us, the Bhavnagar factory is running totally on the sewage water generated by the town. It has been running completely on wind power and we were one of the early players in the wind power, windmills. This is one more. The solid waste management to compost for soil health management, we are one of the pioneers. The drip irrigation system was introduced in India with Israeli partners way back, about almost 30 years back. So these kind of initiatives are something that we are accustomed to doing. And we will continue to do that. Even our effort at the climate change reduction using things like seaweeds is another dimension. So we keep on looking for opportunities which are both beneficial commercially or benefit to the society or the environment or both. So this is a very good example, the solar power project, where it benefits us, it benefits the society, it benefits the climate change. So various dimensions come out, are being addressed. Okay, now that completes the questions that were asked in advance. I hope all of you are satisfied, those who asked the question. Once again, I would like to thank all the people who asked the question. Mr. Nikhil, Mr. Keshav Garg, Mr. Ravi, and one more gentleman I'm just forgetting. But all of you, Mr. Singh, so all of you, thank you very much for your questions and the interest in the company. Now I invite the moderator to one by one invite the speakers who have said that they would like to address the AGM. So I'll just give the names and then I would request the moderator to go one by one. So there are about 13 people, I believe. So Smita Shah and Bharat Shah, then Bimal Kumar Agarwal, Mr. Anil Mehta, Mr. Kaushik Shaukar, Mr. Prabjot Singh Sani, Mr. Satish Shah and Mrs. Lekha Shah, Mr. Adil Polad Irani,